I feel like I'm in this place where I'm like, why do we need a government? Why do we need a government? At all. Like, because even I was getting lost in the structure of, oh, capitalism or socialism or communism or fascism, like all these different isms, these different ways to govern. Why do we need something or someone to govern? If we're from the natural world, why did that evolve? It's clearly not working. I mean, it's clearly not working. We've tried all the governments. And we're like, oh, what? No government? What? Well, who's gonna govern? Well, who's gonna divide the labor? Well, who's gonna distribute the wages? But, actually, no. Look at the example right in front of you, bro. The trees. The trees don't need a government to grow, to distribute resources, to send each other signals when another tree's in danger, to send them nutrients, to communicate, to literally speak in a language. They don't need a government for that. The birds don't need a government to migrate south every winter. They don't. They don't need someone to tell them to do that. They just do it. They just fucking do it. Because they don't need a government. How do I explain this? The laws are coded into the being. Does that make sense? They don't need someone to tell them to do those things. They just do them. The sunflowers don't need a government to grow towards the sun. They don't. They already know. They already know. The knowledge is encoded within their being. They already... How do they know? It's coded. Oh my god, that scared me. I think this is really important. We act like we are above all these things. And we justify them because, that's the only thing you can do when you're this traumatized. You start to justify what's happening. And saying, well, what humans are complicated. They're conscious. They have complex battles. We're so intelligent that, like, war, like, we're just different. And then there's wars, famines, mass starvation, torture, sex trafficking, child trafficking, murder, suicide, disease, cancers, accidents, violence. But we're the intelligent, we're the superior species. No, bro. If there was a hierarchy, we would be in the pits of fucking hell, okay? Right? And we say that plants are intelligent, that plants aren't even alive. It's a viewpoint. That animals are so stupid. They don't know they don't know where they are or what they're doing. They just eat. They just love food. That sounds familiar. Like, we have teachers right in front of us. It's right in front of our eyes. That's why it's a joke. We've completely, like, the amnesia is literally covering everything. I wanted to phrase that better, but, like, the amnesia is strong. We're so disconnected. Who does a government protect? Who does it protect? Who, in practice, does it protect? because these governments always benefit someone. Okay, they always benefit someone, and they always hurt someone else. They benefit someone at the cost of someone else. That's just always historically how governments have worked. Someone who distributes resources, yes, that's great. That's a great skill to have. That's a great, that's a great idea, right? But again, the plants are doing this shit and they can't even talk. The natural world operates seamlessly, perfectly without a government. It's only now going to shit because people are putting governments where they shouldn't be. It's a fucking construct. And I was in the boxes. I was like, I'm a communist. Like, I'm different. Like, I was so close. I really was. Until I realized that that's still within their framework. That's still on the chessboard. You know what I mean? It's not a crazy move. It's written in the script. That's an option. It's not, it wouldn't be an option if it actually was threatening anything. And I've been having a lot more of those bombshells recently. And it's usually always coupled with the realization that the answer was right in front of me the entire time. The answer to everything has been right in front of us the entire time. We just have literally been trained not to see it. Like a mass hypnosis. They're like training the dog downstairs, but it hasn't really been going well. But I don't know. That's just what I've been thinking, but the only word I have to say no government is anarchy. And it's so funny because, like, that's, like, complete chaos. Like, that's what you think. And then anarchist, like, complete chaos. Like, you can't have there's no, like, image of no government in pop culture or media available besides one of complete and utter destruction. And it's, like, it's actually the opposite of that. You could play a video of a scenic forest with birds chirping through it. That's your so-called anarchy. That's your so-called no government. The government is built in, bro. It's just crazy. Like, they know. That's why they're so afraid. That's why they're saying anarchy is, like, insane. But look at the system that's producing millions of deaths a year. Look at the system that is straight up trafficking children. Like, are we looking at the patterns? I feel like it's just all there. Like, it's all there. But it's true. Like, if you only consume the media produced by them, it's going to be pretty hard to see the truth because you're living in the reality they curated. Everything inside there is contained. It's not... And it's a really sobering thing to realize because the way you get your information is going to have to get creative. At least in my experience. I think I'm just talking out of my ass again, but I hit 10 subscribers, which is really exciting. Like, I can't tell if people are watching this and being like, wow, like, that was really good, and subscribing, or if they just, like, are pity subscribing because I am, like, a small business who has literally, like, 2 subscribers yesterday, so I don't know, I'll take it. But yeah, I guess that's my point is My point is that was more for me to talk about like my experience of having that realization rather than like trying to be like profound and wise, but it felt big for me. And it also feels like a cosmic joke. Like, it's a cosmic joke. Like, the irony is insane. I don't know. Ooh, it's kind of nice. I need to go to sleep, to be honest. I got high and I shouldn't have. Because I don't know, I thought it would be fun. Okay, I'm gonna be real, I thought it would be fun and it was. But now I just like am feeling a little behind and it's okay. And yeah, that's all.